All right, we're doing things differently today.
There we go.
We're gonna do a wide world, let's call this no sodas really, wide world of music today.
Yeah, there we
Maybe
go.
we'll stick with that title for a while, but we're outside, hanging outside, enjoying some nice weather.
It's good weather today.
Topics today are twofold. First off, let's talk Rush.
Rush. Oh, gotta love Rush. One of my favorite bands growing up, absolutely.
Yeah, me too. I wasn't really into super early Rush, but by the time we got to songs like Spirit of Radio,
Yeah.
and
More into the 80s.
yeah, definitely 80s. Permanent Waves, I think, was really the first album that I was really into Rush on.
Yeah. I got involved a little bit earlier. I got introduced with Caress of Steel.
Okay.
And then went back to their original album. There was some good stuff there, but so, it was kind of a concept-y thing but moving forward, and then they just continued to progress, right? It didn't stick with that. They kind of went a little more mainstream, and then they continued to progress until, one of the more recent ones that I saw was Angels, Clockwork Angels.
Yeah.
And that gets really back to more heavy, grungy kind of stuff,
Yeah.
which is just a complete different than Spirit of Radio.
Yeah.
So,
I probably was more into the mainstream stuff.
mm-hmm.
So Permanent Waves and the Moving Pictures album with Tom Sawyer, their biggest hit, I think, probably, right?
Probably.
But
Limelight maybe, but
maybe. I was a huge fan of that, even though Neil Peart, I think, wasn't the original drummer.
correct.
A big fan of that lineup. I think from 74 on it was Alex, is it Leifson or Leifson? I don't know.
I've always said Leifson, but I don't know.
Neil Peart and
Peart?
Geddy Lee. Is it Peart?
Well,
I don't know.
He's Canadian, eh?
Yeah, that's right.
So, who knows?
They have weird ways of pronouncing things up there, don't they?
Yeah.
Yeah. Speaking of Canadian, I have to mention probably one of my favorite Rush songs isn't a Rush song at all.
No.
It features
yes.
two other Canadians, Bob and Doug McKenzie. Eh?
Yes.
And along with Geddy Lee and
Take Off
to the Great White North. Just a great comedy song.
Yeah.
A lot of talking mostly, but then you've got Geddy Lee singing that incredible chorus where he hits.
Yeah.
How high does that guy go in that song?
You know what? It's amazing how high that guy could sing. And when I was younger, we were always trying to, make your own band and all that other kind of fun stuff. We got some of the sheet music from the local music store, and we were like, no, we're not.
Yeah.
There's no keeping up with
That's
the
not a
bass
band.
line with Alex's, rhythm guitar. Come on, no. And there's no way anybody can keep up with Neil.
Right. That's not a band that you think, maybe our little garage band can cover some Rush songs.
We thought we could until we saw the music, and then we're like, no, there's no way.
Incredible musicians. I think that's one thing. There's a lot of bands out there that get a lot of critique, or critics say, yeah, you know what, it's 3 chords and not Rush. I mean, different timing, all sorts of different things.
And written in key signatures that are not even close to your standard 4/4.
Yeah.
So, or time signatures. But
so the later stuff. So everybody knows their most popular stuff, stuff from the late 70s to the early 80s. But the later stuff, is there a favorite Rush song?
You know what? Roll the Bones to me just
That was good.
sticks with me. I love Roll the Bones. And that was late, a little bit late.
It was.
But not a ton.
For me, it's about the same time frame. I think Hold Your Fire might have been before Roll the Bones. I think Roll the Bones was in the 90s. I think Hold Your Fire was like late 80s, 87 maybe. But there was a song called Time Stands Still. Very heavy synthesizer type song, but really good stuff too.
Good stuff. Yeah.
Loved it. So, Rush. One of the greats. No longer with us, right?
Yeah, they've pretty much called it quits from a touring standpoint. We'll have to see if they get together and do any more studio stuff, but I think they're done as far as traveling. And
even earlier this year, I think they said we're pretty much packing it in.
But
You never know,
Fame,
though, right? You never say never.
It's true. I mean, they got in the Hall of Fame finally.
2013.
So. Yep.
So congratulations on that, guys. And while we're at this, I'm going to pause this for just a second because this is killing my arm.
Okay.
And then we'll be back we're going to talk a little bit about another band that I'd never heard about that Scott, I don't know, band's probably the wrong thing, but musical group that I hadn't heard about. But Scott was telling me about it, and then he introduced me to a couple of great songs, so we'll talk about them in just a second. All right, we're back. My arm's been given just a little bit of a rest. By the way, this is Scott.
Dave.
Yep. We have been talking about Rush. We are now going to transition to a group that I'd never heard of. Tell me about this guy.
Yeah, so for those of you YouTubers, you've probably heard of him, Postmodern Jukebox. Gentleman by the name of Scott Bradley gets together a collection of musicians and singer-songwriters and dancers to take and make covers of, popular music, but in a style that is not their normal, not the genre that they're in. We were just listening to "Dream On" by Aerosmith.
Oh my
in a very 20s-ish, 30s-ish.
A gal named Morgan James.
Morgan James. Yeah, and she has her own channel as well. But.
Yeah, we'll link to that stuff. You definitely should check it out. And then he shared "Don't Stop Believin'," a cover of "Don't Stop Believin'." Everybody knows I'm a huge Journey, Steve Perry fan. Well, I got to tell you, the other day, one of the finalists on American Idol, Gabby Barrett sang a song, and Steve Perry was in the audience. Woohoo! And there's another guy that does a lot of music critique, Dave Spuria, calls himself the Real Music Observer, who went on record as saying, "I'm officially sick of Don't Stop Believin'." I understand. I still like the song, but I'll tell you what, Dave, check this version out. It's phenomenal.
Yeah. It's great, and it's a one-shot, so you can tell that it's lip synced. There's a couple of spots in there where it's lip synced, where normally none of their stuff is. But it's a one shot where they're just traveling all over this guy's house and then into the backyard. But the music, the arrangement of it is just amazing. And yeah, I get a little sick of "Don't Stop Believin'," but no, this one will turn your head.
It's good stuff. And that Postmodern Jukebox, the whole idea is you take a song, flip it into a different genre of music, a different era.
A different era.
So like, that "Dream On" song felt like it could have been a standard from the 30s or 40s.
Yeah, it did. It was really cool.
Yeah.
So, and Scott Bradley's got many viewers or subscribers to his channel, but we'll add to him now.
Yeah, I will be subscribing Scott and Morgan as well.
Yeah.
So that's it. I think this time my arm is killing me officially. We may, if we ever do something like this again, we got to get a tripod or a selfie stick or something.
Selfie stick, there you go.
Because it's dying.
There you go.
All right, hey, thanks for watching. Subscribe and like, please.
Yeah, give us a thumbs up.
We'll be back in a couple of weeks.
There you go. See you guys.